don't think though. Tell your homie, don't think though. Don't think though. I don't think so.
Why did you just put your hands on me? And she go, basically like, because I wanted to. And I'm just like, well, don't do it again.
Wow.
Lady T.
Queen of the East, solid can't defeat. Cause money is my army, I got all that cash. And if you need a loan, I can handle that.
Sister, she missed no day.
They messing with the wrong one. See, I'm purping them out like food confetti. Posted on a block, my hood, they know me, I'm the.
And she's been doing that very well. So
hard working, movement, man. That's how we doing it. You know what I mean?
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and a giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your girl Tara J with Hot XX Mag Online Radio. Let's get it popping. It's your girl Tara J once again, and we got aka Shy Guy. Shout out to my 8-year-old son. We are actually live tonight because we are going to do live reaction to my newest release, which is my Transformation of Tara J documentary. Okay, so what's going to happen tonight is I'm going to air the documentary for you guys on Facebook and on YouTube. That way you guys can get my live reaction. I'll be explaining some things throughout the documentary. Also, today is a Q&A session. So if you're tuning in right now and you have any questions that you want to ask me during the documentary, please comment in the comment section below and I'm answering all questions tonight. Okay, so like I said, make sure that y'all stay tuned in. And make sure that y'all, vibe out with me. Like I said, just to give you a little background, this documentary was not only put together to let you guys know who I am and, how I grew up and where I came from, but it is also set out there to encourage everyone else who has a dream that if you put your mind to it, you can achieve a dream and make it a success and make it a thing. So that's why I decided to put this documentary out. It's been a really tough year, but there's no excuses when it comes to chasing your dreams. So you got to make it happen any way that it goes. So being that we got a couple of people tuning in, let's get started and get into this documentary. Again, if you have any questions, make sure that you comment down below your questions. I'm answering all questions tonight, and I'll be explaining some things about the documentary. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, Hot XX Mag Films Media. That's with an S, not a Z. Go subscribe. Right now, this video has 1.2K views on YouTube with a lot of support around the world. And I really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Okay, let's get into this documentary, Transformation of Tara J.
Some of y'all may know me by the name of Lady T Bad, but this right here is a transformation of Tara J.
My name is Mary Jackson. I am Tara's mother. In 1994, a star was born, which is my daughter.
Yeah. Do you know that hat guy Lady T? You want me to be, she can't even take. Flaming on the niggas so it's like east side, be the best side, be the queen trick and I stop.
Weekend, had to wake up, get this cake up, whole lot of cash, had to rake it, hitting home runs like the Yankees.
I'm originally from Pittsburgh, PA. I was born and raised in Garfield. G-Field, east side all day, every day. East side, the best side. Okay. It was really fun, you know, growing up. When my mom and dad first moved to Garfield, I was really young. I wasn't even walking yet. And they moved into a really nice house, which they did buy back in the day. Which even till this day they still live there. It's crazy. It's been on so many years. You figure I'm 26 now. I'll be 27 November of 2021, and they're still in the same spot. So it's only 27 years they have been there.
Hello, my name is Calvin. I am Tara's brother. Growing up with Tara was a pleasure. You know, someone who I got to play games with. And even when she was younger, she had a lot of evident love of music. You know, she used to listen to music all the time. You know, we used to play the humming game, you know, who could guess the music faster. And even growing up, you know, by playing games or, you know, with all of her activities, you could tell that she was very headstrong. And at times very stubborn. However, I think that attitude works well when it comes to her, you know, growing up, whether it's cheerleading or whether it's now with her business endeavors. You know, that stubborn turned into passion and perseverance, which helped her even now. I remember whenever she was creating, you know, the radio show, as well as photography, as well as all the other things she do. And I was telling her, man, you know, you're doing a lot of things. Maybe you should focus on just one. However, she have a large will to do as many things as possible, you know, and obviously that comes with learning bumps and learning curves along the way. I think she does a great job of overcoming those things.
She started off dancing before she started rapping and before she became a host. Growing up, she was always very meticulous on her way. She never liked to lose. She always wanted to be first. Always wanted to be the best. And she's very strong-minded also, which is one thing I love about my daughter.
Growing up, I was really fun. Like, I love to dance. I love to create games. I used to play like different games outside, especially with my friends. I was really big on hula hooping and jump roping. So in the summertime, I would always want to go outside with my hula hoop and jump rope. It was super fun. As far as when it comes to elementary school, I went to Friendship Academy, which if you're from G Field or from the East Side, you know what that is. It was a really good school. I went there from kindergarten all the way until 5th grade. And then before I went to Friendship Elementary School, I actually attended Fort Pitt for a preschool. I liked Fort Pitt. It was pretty cool. Again, I was pretty young, so I couldn't speak much on that just because I was younger. But as far as Friendship, Friendship was really fun. I did a lot with the Olympics. We used to have little Olympics where we had recess at, and basically you run, cast batons, and all that.
So I want to pause right there. I'm reading some of the comments. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in right now. As mentioned, I'm going to pause off and on during the documentary to discuss some things. I want to take it back to the last clip. Y'all saw some pictures of me younger. Y'all also saw at the beginning that I was rapping. For some of you guys, I see you out there. Shout out to Ursa Major, Million Couture, Nell D, Kimberly was good. Talisha Cuzzo was good. SBZ. Okay. Jay was good. Listen, a lot of people tuning in right now. Shout out to y'all. Again, yeah, I used to do music. I used to rap before I started the radio. I was going hard, y'all. Like, I used to perform lots of places. I wrote my own music, recorded myself. Also, Nels D would record me, make me beats. So music was definitely a love, you know, for me before the radio. Also, you guys, a lot of you guys don't realize that I have an older brother. His name is Kelvin Jr. Yeah, the one you just saw on the last clip. That's my big bro. Definitely my biggest motivation, I would say, because, you know, no matter what, he's always there, especially for me as his little sister. And, you know, just growing up, again, he was one of the people who I looked up to, you know, high honors, dean's list in college, you know, always just doing big things and putting his mind to things. And that's what encouraged me to do what I do. So I just wanted to explain that, and we're going to keep going. If y'all have any questions, make sure you comment in the comment section. Okay, let's keep going.
Good stuff. That was really fun. I won some ribbons, first place, second place. I also got into track at Friendship. which was really fun. I had a couple of my friends, you know, I'm not going to mention their names, but shout out to y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. We had fun. I mean, the school bus rides to the track fields used to be popping. We used to always win, and it was just super fun. Back in the day, I was really shy. I was really nice and sweet. I really didn't care too much about anything else besides having fun, school, and my cartoons because I used to love SpongeBob. During the time when I was in elementary school, a lot of people used to title me Rich Girl, which is funny because I never understood why. My dad actually had his own limo company. So every day me going to school, I used to ride in a limousine. And back in the day, that was some cool stuff, okay? Y'all figure I was born in 94. So if you do the math, by the time that I was in elementary school, I was still young. So riding in the limos every day and I was already a spoiled brat, I thought I had it going on. So when people titled me Rich Girl, I used to love it, soak it all in. And it was really cool. After school, kids want to come outside and try to get inside the limo. My dad used to always have candy in a jar in the limo. And basically every time the kids came out, they could take some candy and eat it. And jump in the limo for a second. Sometimes my dad would even ask their parents if it was okay if he took them around the block in the limo. So it was really cool. It made me feel important.
Hi, my name is Kelvin Jackson, Sr. I have 2 kids, Kelvin Jr., which is my first child. My second child is Tara Lynn Jackson, preschool.
Hold up. We're going to have to pause that real quick. I know y'all just heard him put my government out there like that. What's wrong with you? Listen, you guys, a lot of you guys may not know or may know, but this whole documentary was actually written and directed by me. I filmed every single part of this and edited every single part of this. So this documentary was not only special to me, but it was super special because it was something that I actually put together just based off of it being an idea one day. You know, one day I was like, hey, I should do a documentary of, you know, my life. Let people know who I am. You know, people ask all the time where you came from and all that good stuff. And now you guys should feel even more related to me because my dad put my government out there. But I had to pause down like, no, he didn't. But yeah, let's keep going, y'all.
Was so spoiled in preschool where I used to have my own limousine company. And I had to take her to school in the limousine. Her friends used to call her Rich Girl, and she loved it. She carried it to a whole new different level.
On the weekends, it was super fun. I mean, I had fun during the week, but on the weekend, it was the times when I can actually go with my dad on his limo rides. He used to pick up different people, even celebrities sometimes. So it was really fun to meet celebrities at the time. And back in the day, I used to be a huge fan of Chingy. He was a music artist. Some of y'all might know him with his song called Right There, Right There. And man, used to love some Chingy. And way back, he was doing a limo trip. And at this time, I was at home with my mom. And he called my mom and he's like, hey, Mary, get Tara up. Y'all come downtown right now. I got a surprise. And I remember my mom's like, we got to get up and go. And I'm like, oh, why? What's going on? So we get downtown and there's all these people in the lobby and I see a tour bus. So first thing in my mind is, who's in town? I want to know. So we get inside and my dad's like, somebody by the name of T.P.T.I. I'm like, T.I. He's like, yeah, he's here. So I'm like, oh, that's what's up. That's cool. I was really humble. I'm a big fan of T.I., but I was humble about it. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. That's cool. Maybe I get an autograph. We walked into the cafeteria. Oh my God. I seen BG sitting there. And most of you guys know BG used to tour with Chingy. So you seen BG? Chingy somewhere around. We walked in and my dad said, the guy who you like his music, he's here. And I'm like, who? And I'm naming all these people, but the guy who is there. And he's like, something about Chingy Ching. I'm like, Chingy. He's like, yeah, he's here. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys. I was so freaking happy. So he eventually walks out, sits next to BG. They're sitting at like the bar type. You know, when you go to restaurants, you got the high seats with the bar looking like, yeah, there. So I walk up to him. I'm like, can I have your autograph? I'm super nervous. I'm sweating. I'm just like, oh my God, like, starstruck, which is probably like the only time I got starstruck. But yeah. So, he's really nice. Shout out to Chingy. He's still out here doing his thing. But shout out to you, because you were super humble and super nice. BG, he was really cool too, but I didn't know much about BG, so I wasn't like this big old fan of BG, but he was on his grind too. So salute to both of them for being real chill. You know, it was definitely a dope experience. Fast forward to middle school. Oh God. You guys, I have attended Arsenal Middle School, which you guys, if you're from the East Side, you probably know. Even if you're not from the East Side, everybody pretty know about Arsenal. Arsenal was really rough. Me going from Friendship to Arsenal Middle School was a huge change. As mentioned to you guys, when I was in Friendship, I was really sweet. I was super, super, super shy. Some of you guys know me nowadays, and you're like, oh, you're really shy at first, or you're just shy. I'm naturally a shy person, but I can be outgoing, really talkative once I get to know you. But when I was in Friendship, I was completely shy. Like, I was always smiling at everything. If somebody was talking about me, I pretty much just smiled on it. Somebody could literally be in my face like, you ugly. And I'm like, stop playing. That was me. So going to middle school, first year, 6th grade, was a lot. The girls there were really rough. They had a rough upbringing, which was something I wasn't used to. You know, growing up, I had both my parents. Half of them girls there really did it. They just had one parent or no parents or just their grandparents or just their older siblings at the time. So our lifestyles were a little bit different. And I guess they saw me dressing nice. They see my hair always nice. And they were a little jealous about that, you know, due to their circumstances, which is really understanding. You know what I'm saying? I always looked at both sides. I was never like, I'm better than you because I have this and you don't. So it was really rough. My first year, I got into my very first fight. We were in reading class and we had a break. And myself, I used to love the water fountains, I ain't ashamed to say. So I would go to the water fountain, take a sip of drink. And I remember feeling a shove, like a girl pushed me. And I was just like, in my head, did somebody just push me? Did somebody just put their hands on me? And before this, I never fought. So it was something different for me. I'm like, what do you do? How do you react? You know, just, So I remember I turned around to the girl and I said, is there a problem? Like, why did you just put your hands on me? And she go, basically like, because I wanted to. And I'm just like, well, don't do it again. At the time, again, you guys, I didn't know how to argue back with people. I didn't know how to fight. Well, I didn't know how to fight, but I'd never fought before. Don't get it twisted. But so long story short, we're going back and forth. We're still on break. And she pushes me again. And I remember myself just getting so mad. And I just take a jab and I punch her. And we just start fighting. Let me remind y'all, it's my first fight. So I'm not knowing what to do. I'm just swinging. I'm punching. I just remember my dad always telling me, don't stop punching. Don't stop hitting them. So I'm just keep going. Next thing I know, I'm just fighting the air. I'm like, where you go? She falls on the ground and she hits her head off the water fountain. So after that, security guard picks me up and takes me to the office. So at that point, everything's going through my mind. I'm getting a little shaky because I'm just like, what just happened? Why did I just get into a fist fight with somebody else? Like, why is this happening? Then, you know, we're going to the office. So I was scared of what my dad was going to say.
When she got in middle school, she decided she wanted to play sports. So we decided to say, okay, well, let's go to basketball. She started it. Season changed. She wanted to go and play baseball. So we went and got her signed up for baseball.
In Arsenal, I got into a couple of things. I got into softball, which was really fun. I really wasn't the sports type of person, but growing up in a family with all boys for real gets me into playing rough. So softball was something I was interested in. I started off being, what was that? I was like, you know, where you just catch the balls in the field. And then eventually throughout my years, by the time I hit 8th grade, I actually made it to pitcher. So that was really big because back in middle school, it was the same girl that was the pitcher for years until she graduated and moved on to high school. So when I got the opportunity to be pitcher, it was super dope. I also did cheerleading as well. Cheerleading was fun. You know, I wasn't really girly girl, but it was fun because the girls there weren't either. Again, it was a rough school. So some of the girls there were a little rough, a little on the tomboy side. So we kind of all just fit in. Now, there was this one time I actually got into it with the cheerleading coach's daughter. I'm not going to mention names, but that almost got me kicked off the team. And later I found out that she was actually plotting to get me off the team. So I'm so grateful that I held back and didn't actually get into a fight with her. Until this day, we're actually still cool today. You know how it is when you're a kid, some kid stuff. But cheerleading was really fun. I remember cheerleading at the basketball games. My mom and dad would come and check me out. I remember the little uniforms were so cute. I thought I was the bomb with the uniforms on, okay? You couldn't tell me nothing.
One thing I didn't like about her middle school was that school did not teach the kids too much. I think she really learned more than anything how to fight. I stayed at that school all the time because she was always in a fight. That's one thing I didn't like about her middle school. I remember one time I was on my way home from work, and Tara, of course, had a lot of girls that didn't like her, that were jealous of her. But I remember one time these girls followed her home and was going to jump her. And my cousin and my aunt had to go over and intervene so she didn't get jumped. It was another time a young lady came to my house and she fought her outside. And it's just so sad how this particular school, all they taught the kids was to fight. It's amazing.
Yeah, you guys. So I want to pause that right quick. We're on there. That's so true. For those of you who are probably wondering, like, what school she's talking about? Everybody in the documentary is actually talking about Arsenal Middle School. I went to Arsenal Middle School and it was really rough. As you heard me on the other part when I said I wasn't really a fighter, I was super shy and quiet. That was me back in elementary. But when I went to Arsenal Middle School, that changed. And if you're from the East Side or know of Arsenal Middle School, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was definitely a life changer from there. I'll keep going. I just had to let y'all know that. If y'all got any questions, make sure y'all ask me.
During middle school, she decided that she wanted to dance, be a rapper. But I told her, dancing's fine. I danced. I got plenty of trophies from dancing. You can ask your parents, your uncle, aunts, nephews, nieces, whoever that's up in age about the 2001 Heaven. They probably know who I am. So my daughter decided she wanted to dance and rap. So I told her one day, I said, okay, well, the dancing's fine. That's easy. Long as she got rhythm. She decided that she wanted to rap. And I told her, I said, you can do the rapping, but you too young to swear. She said, Dad, everybody swear in the rap industry. I said, everybody but you. I said, Will Smith did not swear in his videos, in his rap videos. Neither do you have to. If you want to become famous, be unique. Be yourself.
Yeah, I'm the right. I'm the right.
Hey everybody, this is R Make Money Said So. Shortened to R Said So. Shorten that to just R. So, if for those who don't know me, which means you're under a rock, I'm a manager, hostess, CEO of Southside Family. Also work with KK. I'm her manager. I do Grandma, WHHA radio show, so forth, etc., and so much more. So much more. Don't even want to name it. Lady T. When I first came across Lady T, it was at a show where these guys were just outright disrespectful. My daughter was there, who Miss KK, and Lady T was there. She was the only other female there. So they call themselves naming all these people. Oh, it's Little Kim. Oh, look at her. Oh, her rap's all right, but she needs to show a little ass. Oh, all this other shit. And I was like, nah, what we're not going to do is get disrespectful.
quiet as kept. He who knows who he is and who shall not be named, I punched him in his face at the dang on show for disrespecting Lady T while she was on stage and in his stomach and had him hemmed up in a corner. You know who you are. And I told him I was her mom. And you're not going to disrespect my daughter on stage.
Okay, you guys, I want to pause that real quick because before today's show, we had a couple questions about that. So, as you guys know, my mom, birth mom, is Mary Jackson. Unfortunately, she is not with us anymore. You know, RIP to her and everything like that. You know, as y'all know, that was my best friend. When R mentions in the documentary that she mentioned she was my mom, she means like music wise, like she's a rap mom. And basically, she said that for them to leave me alone. Y'all know DJ KK, Canty Casa, you know, she's like a sister to me. And since I started music, they have always been welcoming their whole family to me and my music. And, you know, they've been supporting since day one. So we basically call each other family. So when you hear R refer to me as her daughter in the music industry, yes, not biologically. But yeah, I just wanted to clear that up because a lot of people had some questions about that. Let's keep going.
At that point, the show continued. Before KK went on, they was like, they're sisters because that's her mom. Her mom crazy. Yes, her mom is. And from then on, every show that we ever went to, that was the first thing they said. Her mom came in. So they knew not to run up on her, not to be with that, put them together, rap against each other because they're the only two females, not to be trying to grab her ass on stage. But she was skinny. She was so skinny. She was a little bony little girl. She was cute, but she was so skinny. And so they was like trying to always manhandle her and stuff like that. And I'm just not with it. I'm not with that shit. You're not gonna manhandle one of the girls, not on my watch. So that's what happened. I had to beat up a couple dudes, in which I did. I have no problem doing that. And their girlfriend. You know what you want. You can get it. And so every time we seen them, whenever it came down to her being on stage, they came to me. Everybody came to me. People, the light people, they didn't want to talk to her. They was like, how should we put her lights or whatever? And Lady T had no idea. I never told her. She didn't have to know. I didn't do it for clout. I didn't do it to try to prove something to nobody. It was all based off this young lady with all this talent who needed to be seen. And I wanted her to be seen for her talent, not for her ass, not for nothing else. She needed to be respected as a person, and I wanted to make sure she had that. And so I never told her. She just found out. I never told the dude. I'm sorry I told your story. You know who you are.
They messing with the wrong one. Music and the money got me gone. I don't do no fake friends, no. I'm addicted to this money. I'm on go.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl 700 from Keeping It 700 Radio, and also for a moment, Square One Radio. Right now, I'm doing Comfortable Soaps, which is a holistic body products business. So we talking about Tara today. Oh shit, y'all! I'm about to get that. No, I'm just playing. So I met Tara. Shit, it had to be like 2011. About almost 10 years ago. She was a young buck coming up, young MC. I wouldn't call her a female artist because she has bars, and everybody knows I love bars, drinks too. But so whenever she was coming up, I would always post as a radio personality on Facebook. You know, send in your music. I'll play whatever you want to play. You want me to play. And I kept getting these emails from this girl, Lady T. Like, I'm like, yo, okay, yay, woman, right? Like, because back then, there wasn't a lot of female MCs, a lot of female rappers, or it was just like they were garbage. And I would tell them because I had Hot or Not Mondays and Tuesdays. And
she kept sending this music in, and I was like, yo, like, she's not labeling. So my requirements for being on the radio station was in the email, name, contact information, your which is like your Facebook, social media, and then on the track, put your name and then put the track name. That's not how everybody in the industry does it. So that's what I was doing. I claim that I was the first person to do it. Who gives a fuck about nobody else? I did it first. So I was like, she's not following my directions. Like, is she not understanding? And like literally everybody didn't read. Like it literally would say on the post on Facebook, read first, like read this post first, and people would send me their music, and it would be, and I also asked for edited versions, and back then nobody knew how to do an edited version, which I understand because everybody was a producer and engineer, but they didn't know what they was doing. But so she saw me at an event that I was doing, and I love her music, like, and the fact that I couldn't play it was irritating me. Sometimes I would rename them or whatever, but I didn't want to do that. But I wanted her to learn. So she came up to me and was like, "Did you get the music?" And I was like, "Yep." And she was like, "Well, why haven't you played it?" And I had to be upfront with her. I had to explain, like, listen, you have to follow these rules in order to get played on Keep It at 700 radio. And at that time, I was feeling myself. It was the shit, you know, from being in the industry for over 20 years. Not at that time. I think it was like, I was like 10 years in, you know what I mean? And I was feeling myself. So I didn't hate her enough to diss her, but I had to like put my foot down because that was the person that I was. I still am. And I had to teach her because she was a female MC. I'm a female MC. There was a group of females back then that, you know, weren't getting to shine, and I wanted her to shine. So after that, she basically took heed, and that's what I love about her, is that whenever you teach her something, you know, she takes it and makes it better. You know what I mean? This girl goes above and beyond when it comes to information. So when I talk about Tara in our first experience, she was green. She was she didn't know what she was doing when it came to submitting to radio personalities or radio stations, but I think that I had a hand in helping her be more professional in that aspect. The next few times that I met her, she just kept getting better and better and better, like from her music to her presence, you know, the fact that she has a team with her dude, like Nels, they just accumulated to such, like, I compare her and God dang it, and Pretty Chrissy, because those two, I watched them grow up. You know what I mean? I had more of a hand in PK's upbringing because she was there with me at square one. But when it comes to these two ladies, like, they're the epitome of what I wanted to be when I was younger, like as an artist, as a radio personality. When it comes to Lady T or Tara, like, she's super professional. She likes to be on camera. When I was coming up, I didn't think that we could be on camera. Like, I'm a voice. You know what I mean? I'm cute as hell, but I'm still a voice. So I can talk shit behind a wall. Now, I'll talk shit to your face, but at the same time, like, she's taken what I did and what other people before me have done and has shot it to the next generation, and she's reaching the masses like that. And when it comes to her being a better person as a woman, like, I see it. You know what I mean? She used to be, I thought she was ratchet at first. Just saying. I thought that she was, you know, a little hood chick. You know what I mean? She got her little light skinned boyfriend. And I was like, who the fuck is this? You know what I mean? But then I called my best friend, my sister R, and I was like, yo, like, man, please get her to do what the fuck I asked her to do, you know, and she did it. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over and over again. Like, this girl is the best for the next generation of radio personalities. I want her to come back to the hip hop so I can actually have some good music to listen to. Can't just keep on listening to PK. Can't just do it. I need more people, you know, that are not talking about WAP. So I just want to say that she's awesome. I'm so proud of her. She was the first person that gave me an award for the hard work that I put in as a radio personality, as a pillar in Pittsburgh hip hop. A lot of people know me as the Beth Soul Lady now, but for 20 years, I was behind the scenes of MCs. I was there with Almighty Records. I was there with, you know, a lot of hill artists, and I put a lot of people in the place that they are right now. And this woman, my sister, you know what I mean? She's more like a niece, but that's my sister. I respect her on my level. She recognized me. A lot of people wanted me to do stuff for them and, you know, promote them for free. And now my feeling is that Pittsburgh hip hop period needs somebody like her, because she's sweet with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's very stern and professional about it, but she actually knows what she's doing because she's watched people like me make the struggle. You know, that struggle was hard, and that's why I don't do it now, because I got tired. And she's not going to get tired because I went through that. You know what I mean? Like how a child, you know, looks at their parents and they see the struggle that they went through, so that it's the next level, you know, and there's nothing but the sky right now for her. And I appreciate her for letting your girl on the documentary, giving me my first award, even though my first award was supposed to be the Pumas. Fucking cheating bitches. So, Morty, I'm gonna need people to leave her the fuck alone. Okay, she don't bother nobody. She put everybody the fuck on. You know what I mean? I'm gonna need people to stop trying to act like they're gonna steal money off of her, cause that's whack as fuck. Okay, and run up, get done up, bitch.
And you know what? I actually want to stop it right there, you guys, because 700 has a point. Okay. I used to hear all the time that, you know, artists don't take it serious. Artists feel like everything's free. And me being a music artist, I really never paid as much attention as I should have to that. However, when I started my radio show, you have the ones that are serious, and then you have the ones that are not so serious. And I think that's very important to know that as a music artist, if you're trying to take your career to the next level and not just stay local, it's very important to listen to the people who are doing it and trying to help you, and listen to them and take in consideration what they're telling you. Because again, I was a music artist. I know how it is. You're like, oh, well, you know, oh, you trying to say on whack or something, or are you just saying da da da? No, everybody is not out to get you. And that's something you have to learn as a music artist. You have to learn, take constructive criticism. You have to learn that sometimes when people say things to you, it's to help you, not to affect you or ruin you or make you upset. But it's all about how you take it. And, you know, there are some times, you know, that you'll get feedback that you feel like it's complete crap. And that's completely okay. But what you need to learn to do with that is take from it what you want to take from it. And what you don't, the trash can is right behind you. Throw it away. But always be open to listen to what somebody got to say. And what I have learned was sometimes there's people who really care. And when they really care, they're going to tell you the truth. And sometimes that truth does hurt. But what you need to do is take a step back, take a day to think about what they said to you. Don't do it in the moment, because that can burn a lot of bridges that you can't rebuild later. So let's say you take a day, think about what they said to you, and put yourself in their shoes if you did radio or you produce beats or anything like that. Okay? Like, listen, you guys, me and Seven with the radio, DJ KK, Grandma, so on and so on and so on. And there's so many other names. I mean, that were doing this before me that I want to say salute to because it's not easy. And when you have a love for music and you really want to see people do well, it's hard when they don't want to listen. And it's hard when they feel like they know it all. Because I'm being completely honest, as an upcoming music artist, you don't know it all. You're learning, which is awesome, but you don't know it all. So I just want to say, if you are tuning in right now, you're a music artist, I need you guys to know that there's nothing wrong with listening to people who you're reaching out for services or people you want to work with. And if you're in the entertainment business, I mean this as a music artist, as an actor, as a producer, as a radio host, as a business owner, whatever you do, it is not free, not even a little bit. So you have to have a budget. You have to know what you want to do, and you have to be open to suggestions about your career. So I just want to say that, but we better get back to the documentary. Okay.
Plug. Hit the studio with my thugs. Been a long time no rush. I'm spitting out rage. I'm back on this thing. Had to hit up my plug. Hit the studio with my thugs. Been a long time no rush. I'm spitting out range. I'm back on this thing. I'm spitting out range. I'm back on this thing. Sipping my drink, then I bust out in dead. Got bands in my pocket. Look like my pants falling. Got problems while walking because this money heavy. I'm perping them out like blue confetti. Posted on the block, my hood. They know me. I'm the queen of the east. Get with it, get cozy. Got problems with me, then you got it with Bando.
What's up, guys? This your girl, Canty Casa, also known as DJ KK888. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I am a DJ, rapper, model, singer, radio hostess, actress, pianist, martial artist. I do a lot. And yeah, so make sure you follow me, KNTIKSA. Let's go. All right, we're going to talk about Tara, aka Lady T. Woo! Okay, so I've known her as Lady T for a while, and I remember, which is funny because when we met, she introduced herself to me as Tara. So I was calling her that a few times, and it took so long for me to learn Lady T because I knew her as Tara. So when we used to go to shows together, because every time I go to a show, she was at the same show. Every time I go to a party too, she was at the same party. And so I'd be like, hey, Tara, and she used to get mad at me. She used to get so mad at me, and I thought she didn't like me for a second. And I was like, ooh, what'd I do wrong? And my manager, she used to come to me and be like, okay, Lady T, that's what she wants to be called. Just like you want to be called KK or KT Casa, that's me. I'm like, oh crap. All right, so now she's in the magazine and radio, and her name's Tara now. And I just keep calling her Lady T. Now I can't call her Tara. But then everybody who talks about her, they're like, oh, you how magazine? You heard of that? Oh, with Tara. I'm like, who's that? Who's Tara? And I kind of get mad because she used to get mad at me when I called her name. So I kind of get mad when I hear her. I'm like, that is not Tara. That is Lady T. And then she introduced herself to me, reintroduced. It literally took until she grabbed me to put her on her radio, be like, hey, this is Tara. I'm like, oh, okay, I was wrong the whole time. But okay, that's one thing. But I really want to talk about this memorable thing. But besides going back and forth between different types of shows and all that and bumping into each other, she's always been my sister in the industry. This one time, I think that me and her clicked. I mean, we was already clicking, but it's so interesting. Okay, so it was during a show, and this is kind of we're getting into the groove of things. So it was I think it was like in a church or something. I can't remember. But anyways, this was during a show, and it was a very big show. There was a lot of vendors. There was a lot of people. Some people came in from out of town. I was like, oh, this is big. This is real big. And I came in there. I'm like, okay, Lady T, I knew she would be there. She was there with her whole crew, her crew, and I was like, okay, they come in, squad up, we all together. And I think my crew, my crew, SSF or Southside Family, we were vendoring and also performing at the same time. And at the time, I don't think Lady T knew that they was gonna be vendors. And but when after I got off the stage, because she was on the stage first, but after I got off the stage, she was at a table. And I was like, okay, she's selling things. And people was like, yeah, she's a hustler. She's a hustler. I'm like, yeah, she's a hustler. I looked to see what she was selling. She had pencils and pens. And there was like a wire or something. And it was spinning in a circle. And it was the most creative thing I've ever seen. But they, like, literally, I kid you not, there was pens. And they were decorative wiring and like some type of message on paper and a cut heart that wasn't really all that straight, but it was cut heart and you knew it was a heart. And I was like, okay. And they was like, we're gonna buy it. I said, I'm gonna buy it too, because this is some hustling ass shit right here. She working them pencils and pens with the questionable sting on the side of it, but whatever the case, it was so creative. I had to support my girl. And from then I was like, yo, if you can sell pencils with a curly wire on it, then you can sell anything. And I'm like, she is a hustler. And that's by far the most memorable memory that I remember. After that, I was like, she's creative as fuck. And we all were already sisters and bumping into each other. Now she's never gonna get rid of me after that. Shit. If she decides to put out her own pencils and it's gonna be a wire, I'm gonna have my own wire pencils with her. So another memorable memory that I have with Lady T, aka Tara. Okay, so for one, there's a lot, but a lot of people don't see the side that I've witnessed, because I've witnessed a bunch of sides of Lady T, and one of the sides that people don't see is when she's ready to flame on you. Like, she's the most sweetest person until she's not. So I was DJing one of the events and at a location. I'm not even gonna say the location or anything, but it was a very nice event, very big party. And there was this host there that everybody's cool with. You know, everybody cool with the host and all that. Something happened between her and the host, and it was weird because you never thought anything would happen between them, because there was always boom, and then you see Lady T, and you see her, and you see Lady T. It's like, okay, cool. So I was DJing that night, and I heard that there was something going on, but out of respect, didn't want to dive too much in the thing until I seen Lady T come in, not so very much dressed as Lady T. She came in with glasses, a hat on her head, sweatpants, was not flashed up at all. She was not flashy. I was like, where is Diva Lady T at? And it was so hard for me because I was DJing. I couldn't stop DJing, but it was so hard for me to see her like that. And I'm like, there's about to be a fight up in here. And she greeted me. She was like, when she finally seen me, because it took her a minute. When she seen me, she was like, oh, I was like, hey, what's up? You okay? And she didn't even say anything. She was just like, hey. I'm like, she's not okay. She's not okay. She just restarted the whole conversation. She's not okay. Okay, so whatever the case, the drama had got so bad. And from then, it went to internet. And I had at the time, I was like already had it in my head that I wanted to interview her on my radio show, on a WHHA radio show, and share it with Grind Mode Radio Live. And I asked her, I was like, do you want me to dive into this situation? She was like, I want you to, but we're not going to do that. I said, okay.
Look at my face, do it look like I play? Nah. Look at my chain, look how it hang? Yeah. Money on fleek, swag is too lit? Yeah. I'm stacking up paper, they hating on me, don't care what they think though. Don't think though. Tell your homie, don't think though. Don't think though. I don't think so. Tell your homie, don't think so. Don't think so. I don't think so. Tell your homie, don't think though. Don't think though. Don't think so. Tell your homie, don't think though. Yeah. You can't tell me nothing. Yeah. These labels trying to sign me. Yeah. I stay independent. Yeah. Better Google me, Lady T. Back. I be from the east side. Yeah. I be from the hood, yeah. Don't disrespect the name. Don't do it. And don't disrespect the fam. Yeah, don't do it.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Nose D. Me and Terry J go back like 2011. You know, the first time we did something together was at my Wanna Be Famous showcase. And I seen her perform. She was original. I was like, man, I gotta work with her. So I started producing music, you know. She was working on projects and stuff, and it was fun, man. We collabed, you know, it was a good feeling. It was fun. So we continue doing that. She dropped her singles, she dropped stuff on YouTube, you know. Then I seen her doing her thing, like, you know, she's, you know, consistent. She's consistent. We got more serious, you know, we started vibing, hanging, you know, all the fun stuff, you know. So from then, you know, she became my girl. You already know how that goes. You know, it's deep. You know, so it was like a movie, you know. It was lit. It was a lit collaboration. You know, we was performing together. It just got fun. You know, we went places. It was a movie. You know what's crazy though? Before she would go on the stage, man, it was anxiety. Y'all would never know. When she went on that stage, man, it was a whole different person, man. She turned it up, man. When I mean turned up, she turned it up. She got the crowd. I was like, yeah. We definitely clicked in there, you know? So people only get to see the business side, man. They don't get to see the other personalities, you know? It's a lot, you know? It's a grind. She's always grinding. She's consistent, you know what I mean? She makes everything happen. She makes everything work. You know what I'm saying? Back in 2011, I signed her to Real Money and TLC, you know what I mean? You already know, man. She was dropping like plenty of mixtapes, man. You wasn't telling her no, man. She'll be walking everywhere, giving out them CDs, man. She wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yeah, that grind's right there. Can't tell her no. She was the first place winner, like at least in my eyes. 2017, you know, she went to Point Park University. She was grinding, man, consistent. She missed no days. You know what I mean? Like the ups and downs with that, man, I was making sure I was pushing, like, yo, you can do this. I'm like, you're gonna get through this. You know what I mean? Like, this is the accomplishment. You know what I mean? You gotta keep doing it.
I'm the right.
She was getting a lot of clients, man. She ended up getting like a little studio, you know. It was nice. You know what I mean? That was during college. You know what I'm saying? Like, then she eventually graduated. She graduated from there. She got her, you know, her degree. It was a movie, man, living life, you know, having fun. That's how you do it. 2 months after, man, she started a business, man, legally in Hot XX magazine. That was it, man. It was up from there, man. It was up from there. And in 2019, she had her award show popping. That Hot XX magazine award show, man. It was nice. It was really nice. It was turned, you feel me? She had everybody there. It was like a good fashion, you know what I mean? It was productive. Everybody was cool. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. In 2019, she fell in love with the radio. You feel me? Like, man, watching her every day through the week, it's like, the tablet. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I'm like, man, you working, man. You grinding. Keep it up. It's fun, man. It's a passion. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I believe in it. I'm happy for her. Tell her to keep doing it. You know what I mean? Keep yourself busy. You got to. She was nominated back to back, you know, for Hustler of the Year. Shout out to Josh Lyons C. You know what I mean? And you know, she was in the City Paper 2019. And guess what? Again in 2021. Let's get it. Man, you know, I must say, man, you know, I'm behind you. I support you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy for you, man. I want you to keep going, keep pushing. Me and Tristan love you. You feel me? And now, you my rock.
About to make my way to the millions. Jump man, start up to the trillion. About to make my way up to the million. Jump man, start up to the trillion. Oh yes, I'm killing them. Oh yes, I'm killing them. I'm killing them. Oh yes, I'm killing them. I'm killing them. Oh yes, I'm killing them. Young Tristan.
Hi, my name is Tristan Jackson Loomis. I am Tara J's son. And first we're gonna get into like when I first saw her starting with her work business. When she
What I mean by that is like her work and like her radio show, like business.
Absolutely. Listen, you guys, you seen the clip before this where my son was very young. He was only 2 years old. Young Tristan, aka Shy Guy, has been doing music since he was literally 2. I remember being in the studio recording a song. He was 2, and he's like pointing like he want to, get on the track, and I'm like, yeah, one day you got this, and he's like, no, you gonna put me on the track, basically. So he starts fussing. I'm like, all right, you know what? Yeah, let's get on the track. I lie to y'all not. Back then, I didn't have a huge setup because my fiance now, he had a studio, but when I wasn't at his studio, I would try to record my own song. So I'm in the room trying to record the song. He's like, he want to jump on it, Tristan. So I'm like, all right, bet. I put the headphones on him. And back then, like I said, I didn't have like big equipment. I just had my laptop, my headphones, and then my USB mic. I can't even lie to y'all. And I had him put the headphones on, and he was in a mic. So let me remind you guys, I can't hear anything until we push stop on the track, and then I plug the speaker in to listen to it. So he does whatever he's doing. On my end, again, I can't hear the music. So it sounded like, okay, oh, he's so cute. My little man wants to do music too, like his mom and dad. Oh, but once I stopped it and took the headphones, unplugged those, and plugged the speakers back in, you guys, that song that you just heard, it came out like that. And I was like, oh my God. Like, he may not have all the words and vocabulary right now, but this little boy is on beat. And that was huge for me. So I was very proud of him from the jump. Back then he was 2 years old when we did that video. He is now 8 years old. So I just wanted to explain that to you guys before we get into the rest. But that's my little doo-doo dinky dinky boo boo. Okay. That's my little butt. Mothers, we all be calling our kids butt and stink and doo-doo and all that. I don't say doo-doo, but shout out to y'all. Yeah, that was a while ago. So yeah, make sure that y'all keep watching. You know what I'm saying? Transformation Tara J.
She first started out like I wanted to do the same thing. And then I came out with my own channel. I have 2 channels. One of them were Young Tris'tan. I don't post on it anymore. I might start. I might not. And Tristan's Playroad for my new one. And she always filmed a lot of my videos. She even did a song with me. And we played together. Yeah. And then when she was at work this one time, she always used to take me to her work. And then sometimes I'll even color with her. Sometimes I will.
Okay, so when what I mean by having fun at her work, well, I used to color with the other workers. It was really fun, and I used to see her work, and it was really fun. And sometimes she'll pick me up while she's like doing it, and now where she works, she still kind of lets me do it when I go to her work.
Yeah, you guys, like I said, being in the entertainment business and working a full-time job, you're a mother 24/7, no matter which job you're at. So for me, I take him with me everywhere, especially when he was younger. I would take him to my photo shoots. I would take him to my video shoots, and he used to watch that stuff. And, let's say if his dad had him and he's in the studio, he would have him in the studio with him. So, Tristan's really advanced when it comes to his age and technology and the media because he watched us as he grew up. So, it's very important that if you are in the entertainment and you have kids, don't keep them away from that stuff. You never know what might be interesting to them, and you never know what they might can do and even help you. You know what I'm saying? Like my son, he takes amazing photos. A lot of the photos that you guys see of me, he have taken. So, again, don't ever shy your kids away from what you do, because it is your love, but it can become their love as well. Okay, let's keep rolling.
Watch your work, and now sometimes I do. And we have a cat. Me and Mom always play together with Mickey. And we love each other. We have funny. We have a secret chest of pencils. And Mom is the best. And shout out to her. And I love her. Hi guys, I'm Yung Tris'tan. Follow my mom and best mom, and follow her on Facebook. Hot XX Mag on my radio.
We coming out with that new swag.
One Live Vision DJ Good Night, sitting down with my friend Tara Jackson, who I met as Lady T-Bad. When I first met her, she was rapping, and I believe the first performance that you did with me was at the Smiling Moose on the South Side. From there, I found out that at the time she was in school for photography and video at Point Park. So from there, with the things that I do, I have a multimedia company, One Live Vision Multimedia Group. And I started to ask her about doing photography and video. We did a photo shoot with my family, one of the first photo shoots that I did with my kids, with my wife and kids. And then from there, we did some work at the, I invited her to go backstage at the Thrival Festival for Wiz Khalifa concert. Where we actually had all access. We got to be in the front of the stage and take a lot of video and photography of events for people performing that day. In addition to the photography and video, I DJ'd her mom. No, was it your mom? No, it was a family reunion. Yeah, we did the family reunion in Riverview Park. And just over the years, we've just stayed in contact, and she started her radio show, which I was trying to get her to do on my station, but she did her own thing, which is cool. I'm very proud of her. I also did recommend Commercial Kings for drops, which is one of the things that somebody put me down with. So anytime I get information, I like to share it with others. It's not more about competition. It's more about all of us doing stuff together. Even if we are in the same lane, there's enough talent and opportunity in Pittsburgh for everybody to get some. So that's pretty much what I've done as far as working with Tara. I've seen her grow from being just a performer to being an all-around entrepreneur. And I always suggest to artists that if you're in the industry, you need to learn the industry, because being an entertainer or a rapper is the last person who gets paid in the industry. The photographer gets paid, the producer gets paid, the DJ gets paid. Everybody gets paid up front except for the rapper. So if you can learn the ins and outs of the industry and the behind the scenes, you can make money while supporting your career. And she's been doing that very well. So
I'm getting money, all these haters know. Money ain't an option, money's all I know. Talking about the drama, I don't even know. Unless it's DJ Drama sending me a beat. Queen of the East, solid can't defeat. Cause money is my army, I got all that cash. And if you need a loan, I can handle that. Money piling high like a parapet.
What's up? It's your boy TP, aka Tony Price, CEO of Enterprise Records, as well as CEO of Gotta Gear. You can find me online at tony-price.com, as well as gottagear7.com. So I've been in music going on, let's say about 30 years. Everything from executive level to producer to writer, things of that nature. And you meet a lot of people in the industry, and I've been interviewed, by lots of people in the past. So take it back to roughly about 2 years ago. A lot of people would come to me like, hey, you should do a documentary. You should focus on your life. You met a lot of people, did a lot of things. And I said, you know what? That's a good idea. So I've always done everything independently. I've always done everything on my own. So I said, okay, I'll make a documentary. I'll shoot it myself. That way I can tell my story. So coming into the city, you meet a lot of people, and this person's name just kept coming up. Tara J. I'm like, who is she? And my cousin is in music, and he did an interview with her. And everybody that I reached out to, they had nothing but good things to say about her. And I said, okay, I got to work with her one day. So fast forward to a few months ago, I'm finalizing my documentary, and I reach out to her. And she was real professional, and she was very workable. And, we had a nice conversation, and we linked up, and, she did my interview, and she was very professional. She's actually listened. I've been interviewed by people, and, they have these preconceived notions of every artist. So they have kind of like a cutter of questions that they ask everybody, but she was different. She has some specific questions for me, but she also listened to some of the feedback that I gave her, and she was able to bounce off the fly, which for someone that's new and young coming up in the industry, to me, that was very impressive, so definitely hats off to her. I think she is one of the brightest stars, not only coming out of the city, but in the radio and media industry as well. And I definitely recommend her. Anybody that wants to work with her, anybody that wants to get interviewed. Not only that, but there's a lot of other things that she's working on. I can't wait for you all to see it. Check it out, Tara J.
Junior money, gang. Lady T, bag, Neil, Junior money, gang. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Mill, Union Money ENT. Just want to let y'all know, what I'm saying, that I'm a part of Union Money ENT with my girl Tara J, aka Lady T Bad. And one day I was with my boy Ruzy Roo and Dita Dawn. Shouts out the Bandit Fat Gang, And I met Tara J, Nels D, at the video shoot one day. And we just took off from there, Tara J, she got Hot XX Meg online radio, one of the hottest radio stations in the Pittsburgh area, And, we just work hard, man. We work together, put albums out, put projects out, videos, performances. And, it's just a pleasure working alongside her, working along with Union Money ENT. There was a few times, maybe like, I want to say 10, 12 times I had interviews on her radio station, and they were always dope. Professional, nice, clean cut. Hard working, movement, man. That's how we doing it. And like I said, shouts out to Tara J, shouts out to Union Money ENT, and keep tuned. Stay tuned in, because there's a lot more to come. Holla.
Hey everybody, this is Phenomenal Key, CEO and founder of No Name Couture. And I just kind of wanted to talk about how I met Tara J. We actually met in late 2015, 2016. I was working at Sprint at the time. And I walked into the store, and I was going through a training period, and she was just there sitting at the desk. She introduced herself. Very bubbly personality, easy to talk to, things like that. We actually started training together. And, in the midst of that conversation, she told me that she did music. So I said, oh, okay, that's cool. I do music too. So she said, okay, cool. She said, I have a show coming up. Why don't you come check me out? I said, sounds great. So, I went to the show and she had high energy. She was very engaging with the audience, things like that, like her lyricism, her content, everything was like really, really cool. So I said, okay, that's what's up. That's dope. We never actually got a chance to collaborate on a music tip, but that's neither here nor there. Hopefully, one of these days, Tara J, we might just do a collaboration. But yeah, we actually connected on music, and I think that that's like really really cool to have someone that you're just meeting on a regular 9 to 5 to find out you have like this connection through music. So that's something that I would say that was really really cool to see that she was artistic, and over time, as our friendship has grown, Tara J actually has, flourished into this individual who I would consider to be a mogul. She's definitely a mogul in the making. And I say that because she grinds hard. She cares about people. Currently, right now, she's a host in Pittsburgh for Hot XX Mag Online Radio. Outside of that, she's a photographer, videographer. She's also a brand ambassador for Millie and Couture. And it doesn't matter what Tara does, she goes hard for the people that she believes in. She goes hard for any organization that she's working with. She's always, always, always looking out for the person in the underground. So I salute Tara J for just, grinding, going hard every day, all day long. She's a friend, she's my homie, and, we always encourage each other to just, be the best that we can be. And I'm super, super proud of Tara J and all of her accomplishments. I believe truly that she's going to be a mogul because she has a work ethic. She's definitely always looking out for the underground artists, anyone that's whether they're mainstream or not. She's always there to help you out. She has an amazing, amazing deal going on monthly, where if you want to come on a radio show, you want to do an interview, she offers these different packages. Like that's somebody that you want to tap into. So I love Tara J, super, super dope individual, and I'm so proud of you, Tara J. I hope that everything that you have going on currently continues to flourish, and we're just gonna rise to the top.
Yes, 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 yes. If you made it to this point, you actually made it to the end of the documentary. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to the documentary with me, seeing my live reactions. If you guys have any questions, I'm gonna wait a quick 1 minute to see if you guys comment any questions below that you may have for me based off of what you've seen. Um, I am so glad that I was able to complete the documentary because as you've seen at the end of the documentary, this year was really rough after the passing of my mother, and I slipped into a really deep depression and anxiety mode. And I still sometimes have my anxiety attacks, and specifically because ever since her incident, I stopped going to events for a while. I've been to my first event since then, a couple days ago for George. Shout out to George, Dreams of Music. He had me judge an event. So besides that, I have not been to any shows. I have done some online shows, but again, I slipped into the depression and anxiety to where even me being out, my anxiety was really rough. But me being out the other day made me realize that I have people in my corner other than family. I have you guys, and you guys definitely support no matter when. Every time I step out, I feel the love, and I really do want to appreciate you guys for supporting me over the years. Transformation of Tara J was just to give you guys an introduction of myself because you guys see me on social media, you see me out, but you really don't know who I am and where I come from and my family and the things I've been through. So I'm really excited that you guys got to see the documentary. If you missed some of it and you're a little late, make sure you go on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. But it's on Hot XX Mag Films with a S Media. Hot XX Mag Films Media. okay, on YouTube, or just type in Transformation of Tara J documentary. That's going to come up as well on YouTube. Check it out, watch the whole thing, share if you care. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in tonight. It means so much. Make sure you share this live for me as well, and we'll be back tomorrow because we live with Ursa Major. You feel what I'm saying?
Hot XX Mag Online Radio.
Let's get it popping. We out of here for tonight.